are you looking to buy a house, you're getting a home loan, or maybe thinking about getting a home loan, and you're hearing that people get pre-approved versus pre-qualified. What's the difference and why does it matter? Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you in this video why one of them sucks and one of them is awesome. Hey, what's up everybody? Brian McCauley here, your mortgage expert. So you're going to get a home loan and you're hearing all this different lingo about pre-approvals versus pre-qualifications. Which one should I do and why does it matter? So let me give you a couple tips and secrets on the right direction to go to set yourself up for success. The difference of a pre-approval and a pre-qualification comes down to a few things. Number one is paperwork. So a pre-qualification is more of a, you maybe contact a banker or a lender, you tell them what you do for a living, you tell them how much you make, you tell them how much you have in the bank, and they basically take your word for it, and they send you a piece of paper that says, hey, you're pre-qualified based on what you told me. However, we still gotta verify and review all your financials, your credit, your assets, all of that stuff, and if any of that stuff doesn't add up, it might change the pre-qualification. It's the worst version of an approval that you can get. Most people that get pre-qualifications don't have a good mortgage advisor advising them on the why. The biggest component is the mortgage lender either doesn't know what they're doing, which happens a lot, or they're transaction-based, they're not relationship-based. So if your deal falls apart or it gets messed up, they don't really care because they're not in a relationship with you or the realtor partner, and they don't have a book of business that matters if things fall apart. You don't want that. So what you're gonna have to do is make sure that you get a pre-approval. So let's talk about a pre-approval for a minute and say what's the biggest difference and why. What a good mortgage advisor should do and what you should do is get all the documentation up front and let them verify everything that you told them. That's what matters most. Every home loan must verify all this information. What you don't want to do is verify it later after you're under contract and it's not what the lender thought you said, or maybe you said, hey, I make $60,000 a year and they use that as your income, but maybe you're a commission person, maybe you're a bonus person, maybe you have overtime, right? As a consumer, you just tell the bottom line. Lenders want to see all of the stuff, and so this is why on a pre-approval, you've got to do all the documentation up front, again, so there's no big surprises. You won't have to do as much paperwork after you're under contract, which makes the experience really good for you, so it doesn't feel like you're overwhelmed once you're under contract and having to hurry, getting extra documentation. Number two, especially this market right now, when you go to make an offer on a house, these listing agents are pulling these pre-quals and pre-approval. If you're a pre-qual, they won't even take your offer seriously because they know you haven't done everything up front. That lender isn't serious. They're going to move on to the next person that's a little bit more serious. If you're pre-approved, it gives you a better position on potentially winning the offer and helping you navigate the process faster. These listing agents and sellers are going to look at the pre-approval and they're going to say, hey, who's the lender? Who's the bank, right? If you're able to get with a local lender and get fully pre-approved, reputation is everything. The listing agent wants to make sure that they can call the loan officer and say, hey, I got a pre-approval from you. Talk to me a little bit about the client. Have you really verified all their income? Have you really verified all their assets? Is everything done up front? Number one, I and lenders want to be able to say, yes, of course, everything's done. The hardest part's out of the way. We can guarantee you a smooth and on-time closing, and we can even shorten the time frame that we need to do so because you got everything verified up front. That's part one, finding out about you. Part two is they're going to find out about your lender. They're going to look and say, okay, this looks like a pre-approval, but I want to know more about this person. Let me Google Bob Smith, right? In my case, let me look up Brian McCauley. Let me look up Dallas Mortgage News. Let me see how long he's been in the business. Let me see what his team's about. Let me see exactly what they do to make sure that if they're going to accept that offer, they want to make sure that you, the client, are a slam dunk. And they want to make sure that that lender is credible and local as well. So there's no big surprises after the fact because they have options. And what they want to do is they want to eliminate all the risk up front with the person and with the lender. So that's why a pre-qualification is never a good idea. It's definitely not a good idea in today's market because people are moving so fast and there are so many offers that these sellers want to make sure that that home loan is almost as good as cash. So if they accept the pre-approval and they feel great about the client, they feel great about the lender, there won't be any big surprises after the fact. So not only will it give you a good experience, it'll shrink down the paperwork after the fact, and it'll help you win the offer. Listen, if you found this video useful or helpful, do me a favor, like this video, click the subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and learn more about the financial tips and secrets that I'm trying to help everybody out with when it comes to getting a home loan and buying a house. If you got comments specifically about a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification, or what you've been told, comment below. I promise to do my best to get back with you. And if you have any questions about your current position, buying a house, refinancing a house, home loan specifics, do us a favor. Call us, email us, text us, set up a consultation, and we will definitely take great care of you. Until next time.